Hello, today we're going to have a look at the Shure SM7. So the microphone we'll be talking today is the Shure SM7, or as you might know it now, the Shure SM7B. Now this microphone has a lot of history. It's been around since 1973 and it was initially made in the USA. Now this is a made in the USA SM7. There are three types of SM7s. There's the SM7, the made in the USA, the SM7A that was then moved to the Mexico factory, and the SM7B, which was actually introduced in 2001 with some small differences from this one. Now a lot of people rave on forums that they sound different and the USA one is the best. I did own a SM7B, but I sold it and I was able to get my hands on this one, so I haven't got really a side-by-side comparison. But I think the main difference would have been that the capsule throughout the years just reacts differently to sound, and that's why it sounds different. Is it better? Not 100% sure. But these microphones are considered an industry standard for many reasons. One, they're pretty much indestructible. Two, they've been around for many years, 1973. They sound great. They have like an oversized dynamic cardioid capsule, and it's just all the sound hits that nice capsule and it sounds great. It sounds great on guitar cabs, on vocals, on anything loud. This will sound great. Downside, you need a lot of gain. Like, you really need to crank this microphone up. You've got a little EQ on the back here, but it's a great microphone overall. I've had it for quite a long time. I've replaced the pop filter in the front, so you can take it off, and that's how it is basically, without anything. Yeah, and you can wash there and then you just slide it back in. But yeah, they're great microphones. Now, because it's an old microphone, I haven't got the original box, but I'll show you how I carry this microphone around and what I do to keep it safe. So here is a close look of the Shure SM7. Now, if you have a look, if the camera allows that, basically, you can see made in the USA right there, Shure model, patented, 150 ohms. Now on the back you've got a little EQ, which is basically either a low cut or a mid boost, kind of high boost. I like this setting. I think it sounds best on my voice. Then you've got a single cable running to your XLR. This is the little swivel mount I was telling you about. You can just mount it on and the microphone will still pivot on its point, and you can put your XLR and have it on a stand either this way, that way. You can make the microphone quite tight or quite loose. One thing I have realized is that you can actually just hold the microphone and sing into it, and it actually absorbs any bumps quite well. But yeah, because my microphone didn't show up with a box, what I did is I bought myself one of these. Now this is a little camera box, and what you can do is, or what I've done is, when you open it up, it's got a bit of foam here and here, and I just put the microphone in, close the lid, and that's how I carry my microphone. It gives it a bit of protection, it keeps it dust free when I've got it in storage, and I'm pretty sure that nothing will happen if I end up dropping this case, because it's quite sturdy. I got this for about £25–30. I do recommend you upgrade your microphone carry cases to kind of aftermarket hard plastic cases. It's definitely worth the money. It'll keep your microphone nice and safe, and you can actually, the resale value will hold on a bit better because you've took good care of your microphone. But that's a close-up. Let's go see how this microphone sounds on my voice. So this is my voice on the Shure SM7B. The single chain is microphone straight into the Audient ID44. Now the gain is pretty much all the way up. I think I've got another 5% left. But you can see how this microphone sounds really full. It's in my opinion, it sounds really, really realistic. It's really nice, especially for a dynamic microphone. I really like dynamic microphones. I like the way it sounds. As you said, you can just hold it with your hand and you can speak into it. A lot of people use it like this for more extreme vocals, or as I said, guitar cabs and bass cabs and snare drums and a lot of brass instruments. So trumpets, trombones, they'll probably use one of these. It's a great microphone. I like the way it sounds. I could do probably with a cloud lift. My Focusrite's got another 10 dB of gain, which probably would work absolutely fine. But I'm trying to see how simple I can be with a single chain into Pro Tools. But it sounds good. It's a sturdy mic. I don't get any pops because you've got quite a thick pop filter right here. Yeah, what I'll do now is I'll play you guys some audio samples. I've got some, I'll play you a bass, guitar cab, and maybe some guitar, some drums from a recording I did a few months back, just to get an idea. I wouldn't really use this on an acoustic instrument, like an acoustic guitar, because just the amount of gain you'll need to pick up all those small details, you're better off with a pencil condenser or a condenser microphone. But yeah, anything for vocals, more extreme stuff, guitar cabs again, loud instruments, this microphone will do the job. Or if you just want to do a broadcast and you want your little podcast at home studio kind of sort of thing, these are great. Just keep in mind the gain. You will need gain. You either have an interface with a lot of gain, or you can buy the cloud lifter and introduce more gain to the microphone. But yeah, let's go have a look at those audio samples and let's see what you guys think. So just a quick review of the audio samples. I love this microphone, that's why I own one, and that's why I had one and then sold one and then bought one again. I think they're great microphones that, as I said, they built like a tank, they sound great. Any distorted guitars, basses, vocals, this microphone is great. The audio sample I did with my voice, I had the low cut and kind of mid boost engaged as well, so it wasn't completely flat. But this microphone for proximity effect, if you want to get that deep radio voice, it's absolutely great. I love how it sounds on different instruments, how versatile it is, how robust it is. The story behind it, fun fact, this microphone's got a serial number which is 3924. And I was trying to find out what that serial number stands for, like the exact date it was built. So I called up Shure in the UK, and they couldn't find anything. And I called Shure in the USA, and they said, unfortunately, we haven't got an archive from '73. So it's the mystery serial number. Because usually modern Shure microphones, the last two digits would be the date, actually the year they were manufactured, and the first two would be the week, so the 31st, for example, week of 2019. Now my serial number is 3924, which if it's as Shure does their serial number now, that means that this microphone was made in the 39th week of 1924, which I don't think is really accurate. But I'll keep on looking and trying to find the exact date of this microphone. But I'm a big fan. I actually bought two of these off eBay for a really good price. They tend to be secondhand, more expensive than a brand new SM7B, because people want that made in USA badge, because it's only been made in the States for about 11 years, so not a lot of models were made. So I sold one to justify keeping this one, and I sold my SM7B. But if I can get my hands on an SM7B, I would love to do a side-by-side comparison of the two microphones and do a blind test and see actually is there a difference in sound. Why do people just say, oh yeah, the SM7B or the made in USA SM7 is the best one out of all three. But if you do get your chance and you find a USA one or the newer one, the SM7B, I highly recommend it. It's great for, you will find it in all professional studios, you will find it in most radio stations. I highly recommend it for kind of smaller studios as well, or home studios. They're great. They're not like a condenser microphone that will pick up the background noise of your room or the car going out, so you can still record your vocals or your guitars or your instruments and you won't get any spillage. So your room treatment doesn't really affect how this microphone sounds. Great microphone, built like a tank. I like it. Do check it out. You probably will not regret owning this microphone. Thank you very much for watching. I hope you enjoyed the video and I'll see you next time.